side. Is there the high drive? Deep center. Go, go, go. We're out of here. We're out of here. Say ya, playa.
Just like they drew it up in Hollywood. Caladros, the 3-2. Swing and a miss! And the Audubon Green Wave have upset the Kingsway Dragons! And this is it for good! The Audubon Green Wave are back in the Final Four! A dog pile on their side!
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to DW Broadcasting's coverage of men's varsity.
From our entire crew, we'll see you tomorrow. Have a good one, folks.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, good afternoon and welcome to the Hollydale Ice Arena here in Sewell. We have a very special match on the ice hockey rink tonight between the St. Peter's Prep Marauders and the Gloucester Catholic Rams. I'm Dan Wilkins, joined by David Cohen here this afternoon. Gloucester Catholic coming in 2-7. One of their wins back in December was a 3-2 very sentimental win over St. Peter's Prep up in Jersey City. Then their second win of the season was the one right after that. It was versus Hun. It was a 6-3 final, and the Marauders are now coming down to South Jersey to play a second game of this series as Gloucester Catholic plays one of their final scheduled games of the season. Meanwhile, it is going to be St. Peter's who will have just 4 more games after this one. Actually, I don't even know if they have any left. Gloucester Catholic is the one that has 4 remaining. They are going to have a pregame ceremony on the ice. All Gloucester Catholic players down there are wearing either 13 or 21 to honor Johnny and Matthew Gaudreau. That's what we're all here for today. Johnny and Matthew Gaudreau, obviously star members of the hockey community here in South Jersey, both grew up in Salem County before the tragic incident in August that took both of their lives. Obviously, you know, it's still very fresh in our hearts, the incident and the tragedy with the Gaudreau brothers, and it's still very fresh in our hearts here in February as St. Peter's Prep and Gloucester Catholic will honor the two brothers. The scoreboard to our right reads 13 and 21. Their jersey numbers, of course, 13 being Johnny's during his time in Calgary and Columbus, and then 21 for Matthew Gaudreau during his time at Boston College. Also, Gloucester Catholic is donning jerseys with Calgary and Columbus patches on their arms, and we will spin this camera around after a quick break for this ceremony. right. Thank you, everyone, for that. That was an incredible presentation honoring Johnny and Matthew. As we said, every Gloucester Catholic player is wearing Gaudreau on the back of their jersey, and I assume at players' discretion, wearing either 21 or 13. All players donning the Calgary Flames and Columbus Blue Jackets patches on the left side of their jerseys and right above the net. And beneath a scoreboard that reads 13 and 21 are the two jerseys being hung ceremoniously tonight. Gaudreau, number 13, and Gaudreau, number 21. So both teams at their respective benches. We're going to get ready to go. Scheduled puck drop is for 3:05, so they might give them some extra time to warm up. I'm not exactly sure. Like I said, just to be completely blunt, we have not done ice hockey before. I've done 2 ball hockey games. I think I've done 3 or 4, but I'm still very new to the sport. So my play-by-play may be a little bit rusty. Might be a little bit, not novice, but it might be a little bit of the underexperienced side. So I appreciate everyone's patience. We're here to honor the Gaudreau brothers today, and that was an excellent presentation with the athletic director, Ryan Murphy, the family of Johnny and Matthew Gaudreau, diploma presentation as well for their sister Maddie, and everybody else who was involved with that organization did an excellent job. So we are going to get ready to go here at Gloucester Catholic. Well, not at Gloucester Catholic, but at the Hollydale Ice Arena here in Sewell. It's a brisk 36 degrees outside. It's a little bit warmer in here, but we are still just 3 or 4 rows away from the ice. So it is nice to have things organized here, as Gloucester Catholic in their honorary jerseys for the Gaudreau brothers will take a photo in the ice there. Again, St. Peter's Prep coming into this game 7-8-2, a important distinction that separates high school from NHL. For those that, like myself, aren't too familiar with the ice hockey world, 7-8-2, the 2 in that column does not represent overtime losses like it does in the NHL. It actually represents ties, which obviously is different from how everything works at the professional level. But St. Peter's Prep, like we said, in the Gordon National Division, they right now are sitting at 7-8-1. Right now, St. Joe's Montvale is the team that is prevailing in that division. Seton Hall Prep at 10-8-1. Pope John at 14-5-1. Gloucester Catholic, the only team besides Montvale without a tie. They're at 2-7, with one of their wins over St. Peter's, the other over Hun, and then St. Peter's Prep rounding it out at 7-8-2. So these guys are going to get, looks like, some warm-up lines ready. As St. introduces themselves to the ice, Thomas Coe, the head coach there. They will set off a timer for 7 minutes for warm-ups. And we've got action on the ice here at Hollydale. We'll be back in just a few moments. And welcome back to the Hollydale Ice Arena. It's our first ever ice hockey game. It's the 11th individual sport that we have covered on Dan Wilkins Broadcasting, and it's the first new one of the new year. We're doing it for a great cause. Obviously, big thanks to Ryan Murphy for having us out, along with head coach Mike Geary, assistant coaches Dan Spencer, Guy Gaudreau, and manager Mike Godzinski. Obviously, they have played a huge role in supporting this Gloucester Catholic program and keeping ice jersey, as Gloucester Catholic, formerly wearing their ceremonial uniforms honoring the Gaudreau brothers, they've switched to their regular maroons. St. Peter's will be wearing their typical road grays with their kind of scarlet accents and white jerseys. Of course, no sign of Renato Rodriguez. He's I guess you could say, the leader of the State of the Marauders podcast. He does an excellent job over there at St. Peter's. This is just our second time covering St. Peter's. We covered them versus Cherokee back in April in last year's Thank You Classic over at Gloucester Catholic. Funny enough, a game where Cherokee won on a walk-off wild pitch. But baseball's around the corner. I'm getting ahead of myself today. A.J. Levy is going to be in the goal, the junior 6'2" goalkeeper for the Marauders. As like we said, 7-8-2 for the Marauders coming into this game. So there you have it. There's your starting lineups for St. Peter's and Gloucester Catholic. They'll play the national anthem, and we'll be back in just a moment. Marauders ready to go. Rams ready to go here on this Thursday afternoon action. Only 8 minutes behind schedule here at the Hollydale Ice Arena. Again, 15-minute periods. We've got 45 minutes of South Jersey NJSIAA hockey action. Again, St. Peter's coming into this game at 7-8-2, and Gloucester Catholic 2-7. Started out with losses to Pope John, St. Joe's Montvale, and Seton Hall. They beat St. Peter's back on December the 11th, and then they beat Hun 6-3 back on December 16th. They have lost their last 4 straight versus Pope John, Seton Hall, St. Augustine 4-2 in the other division of the Gordon Conference, and St. Joe's Montvale. They have 3 games left. They have Riverdale on the road on the 14th, Princeton Day at home for a 3:30 puck drop on the 19th, and then after that, Del Barton to close out the season, one of 3 green waves here in the state of New Jersey. St. Peter's traveling far, about an hour and a half away from Jersey City, where the Marauders play host. They started off the year with an 8-1 win over Hoboken. They have lost 2 of their last 3, with a loss to Pope John, a win over Xavier in New York, and a loss to St. Joe's Montvale. They've played a handful of out-of-state opponents, including Xavier, who they played twice. They tied in the first appearance 1-1, and then tied Seton Hall Prep 2-2. The clamoring of the sticks against the boards. The puck drop is ready to go here at Hollydale. St. Peter's in the gray and white. It's going to be Gloucester Catholic on the right in the maroon. A.J. Levy is ready to go in goal. Richie Geyser in goal for the Rams. We're underway here at Hollydale. St. Peter's with first possession. Contact between Aiden McHugh, as St. Peter's immediately with a quick drive gets blocked. And a good save there by the defenseman for Gloucester. This one back across to the left wing for number 9. We have a number 8 on our roster, Bobby DeTruck, but we don't have a number 9, so we apologize. St. Peter's again driving with Brandon Laraga. Crashed up beneath the boards. Now it's GC bringing it back. No icing call there. The Marauders waiting behind their net. It's Hayden Murphy. Lonely puck for GC, but it's brought back to Cole Pastor. As we've seen some good defense in the first few minutes by the Rams. And a shift change for St. Peter's. Here comes a breakaway. Now, one-on-one there. And this one's going to be all alone in the back, but it will bounce right to Zach Goins, who feeds it back out to his teammate. Number 37, Chad Niederman, has possession. Flips around to the right, and now feeds it behind Goins after a quick tip by number 7, Finn Getz. Oh, a big check there as Jackson Grimes gets hit pretty hard, but he gets back up with no trouble. Not really an open ice hit. They were maybe just a couple of feet away from the boards. There's another crash into the boards for 23, Nicholas Kolodzki. As St. Peter's brings it back with their own number 23, Hayden Grenier. Fed back out, stopped by the pads of Goins. Possession stays alive. Oh, he falls down, trying to hang on to it. Now GC will have possession. Big crash into the boards. And it'll be a Neil Ward back behind his goalkeeper, A.J. Levy. As just in the first 3 minutes of this one, St. Peter's and Gloucester Catholic, really none of them getting an edge. And we have our first whistle of the night. .12:02 left in the first. We'll see a face-off right on the blue line. The truck brings it in, but St. Peter's hangs on to the possession, knocked down. Good moves by number 7. And another whistle there. Gloucester Catholic's student section coming out in droves to overlook the ice, along with the restaurant on top of the arena. Some extra seating up there. A nice fans overlooking the ice. Penalty on Gianni Lauricchio. That'll be 2 minutes. So quick power play for GC. It's brought back over to Cole Pastor. Tipped away. Crashes behind the boards. Picked up by Naru Bacon. A good tip by 91. I was going to say Pastor might try for a wraparound there, didn't get it. Still back behind Levy. Now St. Peter's with possession, stopped by Bacon. And we're going to have a penalty called here on St. Peter's. A quick check and a quick shove after the whistle blows. Oh, and some more shoving right in front of the Gloucester Catholic bench, as a very fired up Marauders crew gets Aiden McHugh into some trouble. So 10:25 is what we've got on the time. Face off right in front of us with Nazar Kolesnik and Gloucester Catholic's number 9. Again, I just reached out to Ryan Murphy, seeing if we can get any info on those guys, because we printed out the NJ.com roster, but obviously some issues there. But maybe I'll try to look at Max Preps and see if anything's different in that regard. Some wheels through the middle, getting through everybody. Unable to hang on it, though, for Bacon. Goes back out to Gadzinski. Right at the blue line. Shot! Can't get it to the left of Levy. Stanton kind of got in his own way. Moving in, Levy with a save. Just a good possession there from Gloucester Catholic, just finding a way to put on some pressure early. And if Gloucester Catholic, especially in such a sentimental game on their home ice, it's going to have to find a way to, first of all, they don't want to cave to St. Peter's, you know, with a little bit of pushing, a little bit of shoving in the early going. They don't want to let that get to their heads. They just still want to play clean hockey. Levy. GC with possession. Shot, can't get it. Taking his time, GC trying to set up a possession on the right wing. Back out to the right defenseman. Cutting across the ice. Back to Pastor. Right in front of the blue line, takes a long shot, can't get it there. Pastor unable to hang on to the possession. It's now Grimes. Bounces it off the Marauders bench as Gadzinski will take it away. Gadzinski in double coverage. Now taking it to number 9. Takes a shot. Levy is able to pick up a save. Handful of Gloucester Catholic alums now playing at the ACHA level. Connor Milliken playing for Rowan. A couple of Philadelphia Rebels players as well, who also play host to this arena. Billy Sheridan and Ryan Bunting. Also Tyler Carter, also an ACHA member for Westchester. At the blue line, it's Nick Smith, cuts it to the left. Smith with a handful of swipes there. Can't hang on to it. Gadzinski has it. Now it's back to GC in the possession. Pastor back along the boards, trapped in by Smith. This one will roll around. Gets past center ice, gets past everybody, and it'll be taken in by Goins. Again, no score here. 7:14 left in the first period. Shot across to the blue line, takes a shot, and goal! Gloucester Catholic on the board! As Nar Bacon smells something cooking in the kitchen. It's 1-0 Rams. Nar Bacon, with 3 seconds left on the power play, gets a power play goal. 1-0 GC. That's the start that they wanted. That is exactly what they wanted. Found a way to create some pressure, and obviously they'll be at full strength in 3 seconds. But either way, end of the power play, beginning of the power play, they got the job done and they got on the board. Quick discussion with number 88, Zach Goins. I want to apologize. Goalkeeper is number 32, Richie Geiser. I don't know where I got Goins from. Nar Bacon, the sophomore, that's his 6th goal of the year, bringing him to 13 points. Put up a hat trick in a 7-5 loss to Seton Hall back on December 9th. Also had a goal and 2 assists, 3 points total in the last win for GC. It's number 42, Michael Ease, with the first possession for GC. After the goal, Marauders now at full strength. GC moving back into their territory. I mean, Gloucester Catholic right now, obviously, confidence is high as they got the goal on Levy. It was a power play goal nonetheless, but it still counts just the same. Again, 6th goal of the year for Nar Bacon. Chad Niederman all over that play. This one will go out to the right wing. St. Peter's trying to set up a shot, couldn't get it there as Maneka tried to get it. Bounces it off the boards back to himself, Kolesnik. Contact at the boards between McMahon and Ease. Under 6 minutes left in the period. That's the one part of the ice that's a little bit obstructed thanks to a little wall out there. And I think we're going to have an icing here, and we will. So Gloucester Catholic with an early goal got themselves into the rhythm. It's 1-0 with 5:43 left in the first period. Deflected after Hayden Grenier took a shot. couldn't get that one past Justin Martone. Passes it along the blue line, takes a shot, couldn't get it there. Deflected off of the left leg of Geyser. Another shot blocked by Geyser. Taking it from all edges of the floor of the ice. It is still the winter season. That one gets past Grenier as it went wide right for him. They deflected in front of Levy. Oh, big hit in the boards. And double coverage now between, looks like Danny McMahon up there, along with Martone for GC. A quick shift change for the Rams. Here with 4:40 left in the first. Gloucester Catholic right now facing some pressure from St. Peter's after allowing that opening goal. Now acted by Grenier back in the Marauders territory. They cross over center ice. Good move. Some silky move. Actually, I don't think that was Martone. It might have been number 24 out there. Like we said, we are missing a handful of numbers on this team for Gloucester Catholic. Seems like we have everybody for St. Peter's. Takes a shot. Blocked by Geyser. That's the third shot on goal in the past 3 minutes. And now GC is going to get 2-on-1 here. Got a good offensive attack. Let's see if they can finish. Wide left for Levy. Second chance, hits the pipe. And now it'll be brought back by Hayden Murphy. Waiting in the wings, it's Grimes. Another block, second chance, misses to the left again. And some more shoving after the whistles. Guys getting into it here. Remember, this isn't like the NHL where you can drop the gloves and do whatever you want. Everybody's getting separated. Lucky. Hey, let's take a look at that replay presented by Harper Driving School of the goal. Line takes a shot and goal! Gloucester Catholic on the board. After the goal from Nar Bacon, that's where we got where we are right now. 3:30 left in the first. Dropped down by McMahon. DeTruck now turns the puck over to Ward. A long shot, slow enough for Geyser to deflect it. There goes another deflected, and in the middle of it all, no goal there. 3 minutes left now in the first. Now GC's going to try to bring it back the other way, all along the far sideline. Another hit up near the boards. Handful of retaliations there, as Gadzinski and McHugh kind of in a standoff there, as now McMahon finally breaks it up. Moving across the way towards us, takes a shot, almost got through everybody. Who's got it? It's Geyser who picks it up, and again some more shoving as a gong show starting to emerge here just in the first period. Again, a lot of shoving over on the far side, as St. Peter's coming into the house and Gloucester Catholic looking to defend it. Whistles everywhere. And obviously a feisty start to this one in a 1-0 game. You know, it's funny, the last Flyers game I went to, they were playing, I want to say, no, it was two games ago. I was seeing the Red Wings, and ended up being that, well, first of all, it's going to be power play for St. Peter's. That's going to be 2 minutes on Michael Ease. So 2:32. St. Peter's will be on the power play for all but the last 30 seconds of the period. Not sure what they're waiting on. One of the officials talking to Mike Geary. But it's Ease, a 2-minute minor. St. Peter's with possession. It's Ward taking his time at the blue line, feeds it, shot, goal! St. Peter's ties the game after some pushing and shoving right in front of Geyser. It's a goal from Grant Fisher that ties the game at 1 apiece. That is exactly what St. Peter's wanted. They wanted a statement goal. They were down by 1. They didn't want the personal aspect of this game to get into their heads. And absolutely, they got that right there, tying the game. As after the goal, the power play is void. Like we said, both goals so far on power plays. This one goes behind Geyser. Takes it across the blue line, got past everybody. This one rebound back to Levy. They call icing. All right, so some updates for the folks at home. Number 14 was Shane Thornton. We didn't mention him yet. We were missing some names. Trevor Leone is number 7. Let's see if we can find any others that we were missing. Declan Morris is number 24. We were also missing him. Anthony Piccirilli is number 91. Also number 8, Bobby DeTurk. We mentioned him earlier. That is a deflection off of Levy. It hits the net above the ice. Seeing if we missed anybody else. I think Trevor Leone, the couple that we're still missing, but we'll keep everybody updated in that regard. 1:27 left in the first. 1-1 tie game. We'll have a face-off. Up against the blue line, Piccirilli. Brandon Laraga has it. Brought in now by Pastor. Pastor looking for a takeaway here, gets tripped up. No whistles there as Piccirilli tried to take a swipe, couldn't get it there. Laraga bringing it back. Looking to break the stalemate in the final 45 minutes of the 45 seconds of the first period, that is. Feels like this first period's taken a long time, though. In a 1-1 game. Again, penalty box is empty after St. Peter's got the goal back. Some more shoving. Again by Aiden McHugh, who got himself into trouble a little while back. Almost looking for a wraparound, can't get it there. They got 15 seconds left. Goes back to Levy behind his own net. Knocked down. More contact. 5 seconds. St. Peter's is looking like they're going to roll this one out. And at the end of the first period, we are tied up 1-1 after 1. An early goal from Nar Bacon puts GC on the board, but St. Peter's strikes right back with a power play goal of their own. After the first period and a handful of contentious situations, we'll go to intermission, 1-1 score. Not sure what they're waiting on. One of the officials talking to Mike Geary. But it's Ease, a 2-minute minor. St. Peter's with possession. It's Ward taking his time at the blue line. Feeds it. Shot. Goal! St. Peter's ties the... So at the end of the intermission, or I should say at the beginning of the intermission, both teams have to go through the same tunnel. And I don't know if we caught all of it, but there was some shoving in the tunnel. I don't know if that's the best idea to have both of the teams leaving through the same tunnel at the same time. But they are going to go back to intermission. All right, it looks like everybody's cleared the ice. I just wasn't sure what was going to happen there because I'm hearing all this yelling on the other side of the ice, and it's both teams leaving through the same door to get to their locker rooms. All right, now we will go to a break, 1-1 after the first period. In life, the road ahead is full of possibilities, but to navigate it safely, you need the right skills. Harper Driving School is the premier driving school serving Gloucester, Salem, and Camden counties. With experienced instructors, many of whom are teachers in local schools, we are dedicated to your success and will help you master the road with confidence. With an over 95% success rate of students passing their road test on their first try, you know your student will be in good hands while embarking on a huge step of their young adult lives, all while avoiding the lines at the DMV and getting insurance discounts.
We chose Harper, and so should you.
Garden State Pet Center is an independently owned full-service pet store. Our specialty is promoting companionship between people and animals by providing the healthiest product choices available, including all-natural foods, supplements that support and relieve health issues, and innovative products for pet parents. Our goal is to provide our customers with a relaxing environment, and while we're not striving to be the biggest store on the East Coast, we're striving to be the best. No other pet store will make you feel at home like we do. At Garden State Pet Center, we view pets as members of the family. We don't believe in fast, high-pressure sales, but instead matching up the right pet with the right owners, as you are making a lifelong commitment. Together with our team members, we would like your visit to our store to be both enjoyable and educational. Simply drop in and take a look around. View the birds, reptiles, small animals, toys, food, cages, and miscellaneous items. Learn of the services we have to offer and decide for yourself if this is the store you'd like to call your home away from home.
Victor Santucci, owner of Garden State Pet Center. Visit us today at 226 South Whitehorse Pike in Audubon, New Jersey. We're open 7 days a week for all of your pets' needs.
Welcome back to the second period here from Hollydale Ice Arena. 1-1 score between St. Peter's and Gloucester Catholic. Definitely a chippy first period where we had shoves in the tunnel, we had shoves on the ice. Obviously, pretty typical for ice hockey here in South Jersey. You combine the rural toughness of South Jersey combined with the usual havoc that goes on the ice rink here. As A.J. Levy and Mr. Richie Geyser will go back into their respective goals. 1 goal each, both on power plays here in the first. It was Nar Bacon who scored the first. St. Peter's tied it back up just 40 seconds into their power play in this first period, but definitely been a little bit more of a personal game for Gloucester Catholic, obviously, as they're honoring Johnny and Matthew Gaudreau. On each player's jersey, they have patches honoring Gaudreau. They still have the St. Peter's with possession. Philippidis off of the glove of Geyser. And this one will zip around the boards. Taking a shot. Oh, so close off the pipe. As GC putting the pressure on. No good there. Another hit as Goins goes for the gold. And St. Peter's in a 3-on-1 attack here. Takes a swipe. JC picks it up. Marauder goes flying there. Couldn't get that one to fall. Again, goes back behind the net of Geyser. We're experiencing some internet issues inside the gym. All right, we might be back on the air. Again, I apologize. We had a internet outage for a second. We'll have to stop the clock. Clock is stopped at 12:52. There was an injured St. Peter's player who is now getting attention on the other side of the ice. Now they will do a neutral face-off at center ice. I honestly couldn't tell who they were attending to based off of the just the limited angle that we saw. And we're back underway. And an immediate icing called. With 12:47, they'll bring this one back the other way. Grimes gets the touch off the face-off. Getz goes behind the net. A near whiff by GC, goes against the boards. And now Leone brings it back to Niederman. It is tipped by Grenier. Another hit at the boards, and we will have a penalty. Let's see where it goes. According to the Gloucester Catholic student section, I think that this is going to go on St. Peter's. It'll be 2 minutes against St. Peter's, number 23, Hayden Grenier, who got that hit up against the board. Well, that's a good omen for Gloucester Catholic because both goals today have been scored on power plays, so a chance for a third in a 1-1 game just 3 minutes into the second period. Moving back out. Feeds it to Pastor. Takes a shot, deflected off of Levy. It's knocked down in the air. As now Bacon has it. Now Levy feeds it to his teammate. Crosses the blue line, deflected off the foot of Pastor. He'll bring this to the opposite blue line in the defense zone. Back to center ice. Out to the left for Joyce. It's hit off the stick of Levy. He'll get back to the net as this one is going to be another attack from St. Peter's. Here comes another chance. Tried to get an assist that would have been butter, but no good there. Now Gloucester Catholic. They've got some wheels on their offensive attack. Can't get that one there as Piccarilli will now pick this one up off the boards. Back to Joyce. Guarded by Grant Fisher. And a pass across the ice. Oh, that one almost hit the rafters in the generally low-hanging ceiling here at Hollydale. Some more contact with those sticks. It goes back to Bacon, who scored the first goal with 8 minutes left in the first period. That's a long ways away from the blue line. Goes back to Piccarilli. Bacon gets that one intercepted by Ward. Now it's Bacon again. Feeds it off the right foot. Got a shot off the backhand. Couldn't get it. And a save. A.J. Levy takes it in. And some more shoving after the whistle. I mean, just for those that are not as experienced with high school hockey, I'm not experienced with high school hockey, but it's a shame Vincent Vogt couldn't be here. He played 4 years varsity at Cherry Hill East. Would have been nice to have him out to explain that it's not just a fighting free-for-all like it is in the NHL. There'll be a lot more strict on those penalties for the pushes and shoves, especially after the whistle. Face-off goes to St. Peter's. It goes back to Nick Smith. Bounces off of the glass. Another chance. Could have gotten a backhand there. Now feeds it in the left-handed position. Feeds it back out. Oh, went right through the 5-hole of Gadzinski. And another frenzy right in front of the goal as Hayden Murphy brings that one back down. Now back to the blue line at GC's bench. It's Smith. As going in for that one was going to be number 24. Which, just looking at our roster kind of retroactively here, that being Declan Morris. Some shift changes here on the ice. 10:21 left in the second period. This broadcast is brought to you by Garden State Pet Center. Keep your pet happy and healthy today with the most organic food products available in South Jersey, along with toys, cages, accessories, and much, much more. Visit today 7 days a week at 226 South Whitehorse Pike in Audubon. And it should be noted, because we do have a heap of new viewers that really are maybe only watching us because of this one ice hockey stream, we are offering advertising opportunities for small businesses in South Jersey. All the commercials you see on DWB during the intermission are edited, produced, filmed, and recorded by us, our wonderful crew. For advertising inquiries, email thedanwilkinsshow@gmail.com. That's in the description of this YouTube video. Getz going in for it. A big check, face first, for Kolodzki. Takes a long shot from the blue line, a saucer pass that never left the ground, or that never hit the ground. Now Geyser goes out beyond the trapezoid, and he's able to take it in after retreating back into his hermit hole there. Able to bring that one in. Geyser's had a lot of saves tonight. It's been very important for him to stay involved here. I mean, St. Peter's has definitely given him the attack, and maybe a little bit more than Levy. But remember, last time these two teams played, it was a 3-2 game. Hold on here. What's the issue here? Well, first of all, they have 8 players on the ice, so they have to figure out something. So going to the bench will be Gadzinski and Pastor. They make some final changes before the whistle and before the face-off. It's dropped and we're in. Back behind Levy. Avoiding a hit at the boards. It's a war of attrition trying to just scrape that ball out. It's going to be Murphy who brings it back to fruition for St. Peter's. Now a 3-on-2 attack. Tries to go for the wraparound, can't get it. Geyser stops it. Second chance for Jake Sullivan. No good there. Geyser, the brick wall with those pads for the Rams in the early going. Here's a beautiful move. Can't get the shot. And this will be a slap shot from in front of the blue line. Can't get it there. Marauders are in front of it. They're on top of it. And this one's fed across the way under the stick of Monica. Franco Monica, excuse me. Again, some more shift changes here. GC takes it in. It's Gadzinski going in. Some more checks. Still rolling here. Another war of attrition on those boards for Niederman. It's back out to Laraga. Immediately swiped away by Gadzinski. Here we go. Have a chance for a 2-on-1. Takes a shot. Couldn't get the power on it for Ciparelli. Piccarelli, excuse me. Got my syllables mixed up there. 7:35 left in the second period. Deflected off the foot of McHugh. Now hits off the stick of the goalkeeper, Geyser, who has 9 saves to his name so far tonight. Now moving out to the left wing. Takes it across the way, no good. For Philip Heides. Heides has it. Was going to go for the wraparound, now feeds it back out to the blue line. These guys are taking some deep shots here in the second period. He now retreats to center ice and will zip this one around the boards. It'll be taken in by McHugh. Another check at the boards by Gadzinski. Again, the 2 defensemen at the blue line staying pretty much perfectly in sync there. Another push into the boards for Smith. Deflected off of Levy, bounces off the glass, goes back to number 9, that being Mikey Joyce. Getting a chance and a goal! Gloucester Catholic gets it back on the board. Their first equal strength goal of the night. As Mikey Joyce picks up his first of the night, 2-1. Two defensemen at the blue line staying pretty much perfectly in sync there. Another push into the boards for Smith. Deflected off of Levy, bounces off the glass, goes back to number 9, that being Mikey Joyce. Getting a chance and a goal! What a goal from Mikey Joyce. Makes it a 2-1 game in favor of GC. St. Peter's coming out swinging after the goal. First equal strength goal for either side tonight. 2-1 Gloucester Catholic. Seems like things have definitely calmed down after a chippy first period, at least for hockey standards. I'll say that. It has calmed down as a nice glove save. I know baseball's not until later this month, but that was a can of corn for Richie Geyser. He picks up the save, his 10th of the afternoon. 6:06, we'll have a face-off here. GC bringing this back across to the defensive blue line. And this will be wrapped across the boards by Leon. Icing. We talk about the icing on the cake of that last possession. The goal from none other than Mike Joyce, senior forward. That's his 5th goal of the year, 11 points, 22 career points for the senior. Put up 2 goals, the only 2 goals of the game in a 4-2 loss to St. Augustine. Back in early January, Levy lost sight of it, and he is somehow able to redeem himself and pick up the save. Breath of fresh air for Levy there. Looked like he was a little bit lost, couldn't find the puck. And then finally he's able to rip it back down for a glove save. And now St. Peter's wins the faceoff. A whiff by Getz. Getz feeds it with a chance to tie the game, and it is! Goal, Marauders! Jackson Grimes ties it. In the final 5 minutes of period number 2, Grimes with a clear breakaway hits it into the upper right corner to the top shelf, and it's 2-2, all tied up for the gray and white Marauders. And then finally he's able to rip it back down for a glove save. And now St. Peter's wins the faceoff. A whiff by Getz. Getz feeds it with a chance to tie the game, and it is! Goal! After the faceoff, bit of a humbling goal for Gloucester Catholic. They've gotten 1 goal, and then St. Peter's responds. And then the same happened with Mikey Joyce, where they got 1 and then we got 1, and you know, mano y mano here at Hollydale. Under 5 minutes now in the second period, as Jackson Grimes picks up goal number 1. Gloucester Catholic player laying down, able to deflect the ball while he was down. This one will zip around. Stopped in front of their home bench by Grenier. Again, like I said, that first period felt very personal for both of these teams. A lot of shoves were going on after the whistle. Seems like things have calmed down a bit after the first intermission, where we saw a culmination of that, where we saw some shoving in the tunnel leading to the locker room, because both teams had to go to the same tunnel to leave the rink. Here comes another chance. No good, off the pads of Geyser, and a check. He is down, whistles fly, and Andrew Godzinski is down. Godzinski lost his stick, and he is going to get up, but he is shaken up. Yeah, he is shaken. And one thing that I'm a little bit surprised by, no penalty called there. I mean, I'm not saying that just to reverberate what the fans are saying, but I'm a little bit surprised that this is staying full strength here after that hit. Okay, so we will have a power play. So it'll be number 22, Nazar Kolesnik going in for 2. So Kolesnik will actually get hit with a 10-minute misconduct. and a 2-minute minor, so we will have a power play, but a misconduct called against Kolesnik for that hit on Kolodzki. Here comes a shot way too high, and it hits the net. Gloucester Catholic again coming out hot. All right, here we go. St. Peter's winning the faceoff with Murphy. Again, another battle in that far corner. Right behind Levy. Got 3 attackers for GC trying to get away, trying to get some bit of leverage in any way possible. Moves it back over, can't get it, deflected off of Levy. And now St. Peter's, they might have a chance at a shorthanded goal. Let's see what they can do. Geyser saves, it goes behind him, whistles fly, and they are able to save it with a minute left in the power play. How about it? So a 2-2 game, 247. It's a bit of a glare on top of the scoreboard, makes it a little bit hard to read. Again, Gloucester Catholic 2-7 going into this game. They visit Riverdale, the Hawks, on the 14th. Then they're home to Princeton Day, away at Del Barton next week. And then for St. Peter's Prep, at least on NJ.com, this is the last scheduled game, home or away in the regular season, as both teams occupying the bottom 2 slots in the Gordon National Division. St. Joe's Montvale with 15 wins on the campaign, 15-4-1. This one goes out to the blue line. Got a good chance here. It's deflected, knocked down by Laraga. Maybe shooting for a wraparound here. Can't get it. Joyce feeds it over. As Piccarilli takes this one, moves it back to the blue line for Bacon. We are seeing for the first time in a little while. Blocked. Second chance, can't go. Gloucester Catholic hanging on to the possession. 8 seconds left in the box for Kolesnik. And Gloucester Catholic will now go back to full strength. As, like we said, a 10-minute game misconduct was called against Kolesnik for the hit on number 30, Chase Pastor. And he's a freshman, too. Chase Pastor, he is somebody in his first season here at Gloucester Catholic. Not in a situation, especially for somebody that young, you don't want to be in that slot where, you know, you get yourself into injury trouble early. So we're back to full strength. 1:41 to play. So 1 goal apiece in the first period, 1 goal apiece in the second period, and we remain tied, but hello, they've got a scramble at the net, can't get anything there. As Declan Morris, the forward, tried to take a couple of shots, hit one off the abdomen of Levy, and he could not get anything further. Face off in front of Levy. Goins has it, wraps around. Back to Bacon. Levy saves it. This broadcast is brought to you by our good friends over at the Dangerous Adrenaline Wrestling Gladiators, or Dog Pro Wrestling, South Jersey's best pro wrestling organization, with non-stop high-flying action and exciting entertainment throughout the Garden State. For more information on future events and ticketing, visit dawgprowrestling.com. Face-off goes the way of the Marauders. Entering the final 90 seconds of play, bit of a check at the boards. Spinning Grimes around. GC outnumbered on the attack. Here we go, shot off the left foot. They're gonna get another chance here. with Morris. Feeds it across the way. Marauders intercept. 1 minute to play in the second period. Now GC going down. We've got a breakaway, and whistles are going to stop competition with 58 seconds left. It's going to be a penalty against Fisher. So a prime time for GC to put another offender in the penalty box. Like we said, their first goal came on a power play with 3 seconds left. St. Peter's first goal came on a power play. Both teams have scored one on a 5-on-4, and then the others have been full strength. So 2 minutes will bring us to the end of the period. As again, another face-off goes the way of the Marauders. They've been pretty dominant in those face-offs. No icing. Goes back to Geyser. Geyser's got to get back into the box before St. Peter's can get a shot there. It's taken in by Cole Pastor. Gadzinski has it, slices to the right. Here's a chance, whiffs on it. Naderman couldn't get it. Now Naderman slices back off the right foot, just gets jammed. 20 seconds. Geyser out of his box, he defers back to Gadzinski, rather. No, it is Cole Pastor, I apologize. 20 and 22. Here's Niederman, slicing across the way. 4 seconds left. They'll have a chance for one more shot if they can get this one off in time. I'm sorry, now they're at 4 seconds left. Again, that glare of the scoreboard not helping anybody. And at the end of the second period, 1 goal apiece keeps this game all tied up. This is looking well like how the first period went, and it's looking like the first game went between these two in December. After 2 periods, it is St. Peter's 2, Gloucester Catholic 2. And I think that, first of all, I'm going to keep the camera on the tunnel for a couple of seconds. I think they're going to let Gloucester Catholic leave the ice first, and then they will let St. Peter's leave, just for everyone's sake. Interesting. All right, now Gloucester Catholic will leave the ice. Bit of an interesting situation. I can't say, even in my hockey ventures, can't say I've seen that one before. But we're all tied up 2-2 going to the third and final frame here at Hollydale. We'll be right back in just a moment. In life, the road ahead is full of possibilities, but to navigate it safely, you need the right skills. Harper Driving School is the premier driving school serving Gloucester, Salem, and Camden counties. With experienced instructors, many of whom are teachers in local schools, we are dedicated to your success and will help you master the road with confidence. With an over 95% success rate of students passing their road test on their first try, you know your student will be in good hands while embarking on a huge step of their young adult lives, all while avoiding the lines at the DMV and getting insurance discounts.
We chose Harper, and so should you.
Garden State Pet Center is an independently owned full-service pet store. Our specialty is promoting companionship between people and animals by providing the healthiest product choices available, including all-natural foods, supplements that support and relieve health issues, and innovative products for pet parents. Our goal is to provide our customers with a relaxing environment, and while we're not striving to be the biggest store on the East Coast, we're striving to be the best. No other pet store will make you feel at home like we do. At Garden State Pet Center, we view pets as members of the family. We don't believe in fast, high-pressure sales, but instead matching up the right pet with the right owners, as you are making a lifelong commitment. Together with our team members, we would like your visit to our store to be both enjoyable and educational. Simply drop in and take a look around. View the birds, reptiles, small animals, toys, food, cages, and miscellaneous items. Learn of the services we have to offer and decide for yourself if this is the store you'd like to call your home away from home.
Victor Santucci, owner of Garden State Pet Center. Visit us today at 226 South Whitehorse Pike in Audubon, New Jersey. We're open 7 days a week for all of your pets' needs.
Some rooftop seating here at Hollydale. Well, guess what? You're either sitting there, you're sitting in the bleachers, or you're sitting up here at home, because we've got a good one. 2-2 tie game, looking very similar to the first time these two teams met back in December, a 3-2 final in favor of Gloucester Catholic. One of two wins this year, and their only win against an NJSIAA program. Hunt School as an independent beat them 6-3. Those back-to-back wins in mid-December were the only two for Gloucester Catholic. A shot, a slapper off the top of the board. Couldn't get it there. And this one will go back to Bacon. We've got a penalty. Helmet flew off of number 18, Brandon Laraga. Definitely things seem like they've calmed down a little bit after a fiery first period. Obviously the tension is still there. Gloucester Catholic is on a power play for the next 24 seconds as Grant Fisher gets hit with a penalty. St. Peter's got their 2 goals from Jackson Grimes and Hayden Grenier. Gloucester Catholic had their first from Nar Bacon The first of the day midway through the first period, and then the second came midway in the second period by, it was Mike Joyce who got the second goal on the board for GC. Another battle in front of the St. Peter's bench. Here comes another chance. Levy deflects it. Back out to Piccirilli. St. Peter's with possession. Sliding across the ice with some weaving moves. Brought back out. Zips off the stick of Geyser. And now it's Pastor. 2-on-1, getting trapped into the right. Now brings it into the attack. Oh, and a beautiful save by A.J. Levy, as he is able to stop it with the glove side on a laser. And we remain tied in the final 13 and a half of regulation. Back to the center line, back to the blue line, rather. Sliding all over my words today, I apologize. Still my first rodeo here in ice hockey. That one is deflected off of Geyser. We do take contributions at Dan Wilkins Broadcasting on our Venmo, as there's a midsection shot to Geyser, stops play. My Venmo is DW Broadcasting, of course not required, maybe not even encouraged, but we always appreciate it. I'm a 19-year-old freshman at Rowan College of South Jersey. I live right down the road from here in Pittman. You know, it's an honor to cover these games, and especially, you know, when the opportunity was brought up to us last week to cover this game in honor of Gaudreau and everybody else involved with this wonderful program. That's a goal. St. Peter's takes the lead. Philip Hadas. Marauders lead 3-2. So St. Peter's breaks the tie with 12:55 left in period number 3, and it's from Philip Hadas. We are tied 3-2. Get a penalty here. Might have just been an icing, I apologize. And yes, icing is what's called. So we'll go back to the other way for a face-off. I mean, St. Peter's, one of the reasons why they're leading at this point in the game is because of the fact they've been so good on these face-offs. They've been winning almost every one. Here comes another shot. Can't get it there. Levy blocks a couple of them. Now it gets deflected off of his own foot. Here comes a slapper from the blue line. Misses wide left. Goes back to Kolodzi. I might be butchering that name for the rest of the night. That's deflected off the left foot of McHugh. Here comes another mover. Can't get it there. After another shot by Mikey Joyce, who had the second goal for GC in the second period. That's another hot shot deflected off of Geyser. Joyce with another move. Met in the middle. St. Peter's retreating as Anil Ward brings this one over. Almost hit the bench. Looks like GC was just about to do a shift change when the puck came that way. Deflected off of Danny McMahon, number 27. Again, another battle right at center ice with Fisher now moving back out behind Geyser. St. Peter's looking for an edge here. Gloucester Catholic with 11 minutes to tie this thing up, or St. Peter's with a chance to extend the lead. 3-2 Marauders with 1 goal apiece by every team in every period. That one's hit right off the center of Levy. Slaps it off the boards, and an icing will be called. .11:18 to play now. Here comes a chance for Goins, couldn't get it. Back across the ice, he's got room in front of the blue line. Here comes a shot off the side, off the net. And play will stop with 11 minutes left. $11 minutes left. And a glove save for Geyser. So only 9 seconds into the possession, we have another stoppage here. So a lot of icings in the third period. Face-off will be Grimes for the Marauders. And again, St. Peter's wins another face-off. Misses wide right. Another chance. Can't get it. I think it hit the water bottle. And another handful of shoves as Piccirilli gets a couple of shots in after the whistle. That further in the kind of vigorousness from the first quarter, the vigorous intensity coming back after a relatively light and calm second period. It's Pastor behind his own net. Now driving this one back across center ice to the right wing. A light check. Got another chance at a scramble in front of the net. St. Peter's has it, can't get it. Brought back to Pastor. Bit of an awkward shot. Marauders regain possession. And they will blow the whistle for icing. .10:13 to play. By the way, if this game goes to overtime, for those that aren't all that familiar with the ice hockey rules, they will be 5 minutes for an overtime period. Coaches decide whether they want to go 4-on-4 or 3-on-3. And then if it's still tied after that, first of all, it's first goal wins. And then after that, then the coaches and the referees decide what they want to do for shootouts. Here we go. Goal! Tie game! Mikey Joyce strikes twice. Tie game, 3-3. He hit it once in the second and a celebration across the home side boards. And with under 10 minutes in the third period, we're tied 3-3. That's what Gloucester Catholic needed. They needed Mikey Joyce to step up. It seemed like it was destined for him to have that quality possession at the end. Took a shot, got it to the top shelf, and we are tied again. Face-off goes this time the way of the Rams. They'll thwart the situation as it goes to Levy. He's going to be in trouble there. I'll get back to the net with Bacon. Turnover in favor of the Rams. Got a saucer pass that gets knocked down. Goes past Geyser. A shove into the boards. And a low-hanging shot that gets blocked by Geyser. As some handsy action here as the intensity starts to heat up again between the maroon and the white. Marauders with another check, head first into the boards. He is down. That's Anil Ward. And we saw that St. Peter's Ward is coming up gingerly. See what they call it here. I saw some hands fly in the air in the Dunlop restaurant in the the bar on the second floor of this Hollydale Arena. Very nice venue here. I'll make sure to wear an extra layer next time. But again, big thanks. I was interrupted during my last goal. Big thanks to Ryan Murphy for having us out, along with Gloucester Catholic head coach Mike Geary. Hopefully we'll be able to come out for some more ice hockey next season. Gets deflected. Declan Morris having to regain control. A light check by Godzinski. By the way, no penalties were called on that hit on Anil Ward that brought him off the ice. A ringer around the boards. Gloucester Catholic regains possession. And a nice diversion. That now bounces across the way. Thought Piccarelli had it, but no. Heavy traffic, shoots through the traffic, and Godzinski can't get a shot there. Back to the blue line. They've been taking some wild shots from the blue line, and it's good! Goal! Right on cue. Took the words right out of my mouth. Gloucester Catholic leads. The goal from Nicholas Kolodzki. And Gloucester Catholic has turned the table and has gone from a maroon and gold ram to a battering ram. 4-3, 8:11 to play. Confidence is high right now. I mean, these guys are loving it. Got the goals that they needed from Joyce to tie the game. And we'll have time called here in the third period. 4-3. These coaches will talk it over with their crew. Thomas Coe for St. Peter's, Mike Geary for Gloucester Catholic. They just took a 4-3 lead. We'll be right back. Down the road from here in Pittman. You know, it's an honor to cover these games, and especially, you know, when the opportunity was brought up to us last week to cover this game in honor of Gaudreau and everybody else involved with this wonderful program. That's a goal. St. Peter's takes the lead. That now bounces across the way. Thought Piccarelli had it, but no. Heavy traffic, shoots through the traffic, and Godzinski can't get a shot there. Back to the blue line. They've been taking some wild shots from the blue line, and it's good! Goal! Right on cue! Here on the ice of the Hollydale Ice Arena. It's Gloucester Catholic 4, St. Peter's 3. The last time these two played back in December, it was a 3-2 final in favor of Gloucester Catholic. But a goal from Nicholas Kolodzki turns the tables, and it's the first time that either team has scored consecutive goals. As here we go, back behind the net, gets tripped up, and gets knocked down. St. Peter's with an attack, deflects it, looked like it hit off the top of the glass. Possession stays alive as one rolls past the defensive blue line. And it goes back to Anil Ward, who is re-entering the ice after a hard hit, where St. Peter's wasn't exactly happy about. No penalty being called earlier in the period. 7:40 to play. But 2 goals for Mikey Joyce. Could very well be the player of the game. Oh, got decked in front of his own goal. And now whistles get called, and we're going to have a check to go to the penalty box. So a power play for Gloucester Catholic. They've had a lot of them tonight. It'll be Aiden McHugh, who has been hit with a few. A couple power plays have been the result of McHugh getting penalized. Seen a couple of hard decks, I'll tell you that. some discussions between St. Peter's and the officials. I'm trying to figure out what they're trying to figure out. Discussion between Piccirilli and the scorekeepers. So McHugh stays in the box. They will give him a 4-minute penalty, which that's going to be big for Gloucester Catholic, getting a major penalty there. Now they're going to have the power play. Assuming they don't score, it'll be for basically half of the remaining time. They've got 7:31 to play. Let's see what they can do. St. Peter's definitely going to need most likely a shorthanded goal unless Gloucester Catholic scores and brings us back to full strength. Here we go. This might be quick. That one's deflected. Levy, goal! 5-3. Nar Bacon strikes twice. And the boys are back in town as the public address system plays that famous classic. As it's a total of 5, 2 for Bacon, 2 for Joyce. Still some discussions at the scorers tables. I just saw the number 12 pop up with Braden Jacobs. They're going to give him 2 minutes. I'm not sure what got them to that point. All right, so there will be 2 minutes left on the major penalty. So we will return to action with an active power play. You know what? I think something with the scoreboard's messed up because it's reading 5-5. Now they're retreating those goals, trying to figure out how to figure out everything. It should be 5-3. It's 5-3. Yeah, it's sticks are still rambling. They gotta. I'm not sure what I assume the delay is what's going on with the scoreboard. We've seen a handful of those. Scoreboard read 5-5, which the correct score is 5-3. St. Peter's trailing the Gloucester Catholic. Now they're finally finding a way to resume action, but we'll keep the score at 5-3 because I know St. Peter's didn't score. It was Gloucester Catholic who got the goal. Again, 2 minutes and counting on that penalty on Braden Jacobs, rather. GC with possession. Back across the way. Still holding that power play. They might be getting this one taken care of. Took a shot, went the other direction. Slaps this one off the glass. It's brought in by Niederman, the junior forward. The graduating seniors on Gloucester Catholic's crew, Bobby DeTurk, Rich Rutkus. I know those are all sophomores. I'm reading it wrong. Declan Morris is a senior, along with Michael Azee and Zach Goins, along with Trevor Leone. So 4 seniors. And the ones that are getting the most time on the ice is going to be Goins and presumably Morris as well, as he's had a couple of good shots tonight and a nice floater into the glove of A.J. Levy. And 6:05 left as Gloucester Catholic leads 5-3. This would be a season sweep over St. Peter's. Like we said, they travel to Riverdale on the 14th. Gloucester Catholic did win the face-off that time. Brings it back to Pastor. Here comes a shot. Looking for the hat trick. Can't get it. So some more jockeying in front of the net. Well, after all of that, Godzinski's going to go into the box. Oh, so we're going to have a 4-on-3 here. Hold on. We got 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, the scoreboard is finally corrected, but it's reading that Hayden Grenier is in the box, so they're finally getting that one squared away. 30 seconds left for Jacobs. But it is Andrew Godzinski in the box. It's not reading on the scoreboard how long it is. Got another penalty called. Somebody was saying down there, just slide on in. Things are getting chippy a little bit. Right now there's 4 players in the penalty box for St. Peter's. They're getting a little bit limited on how many they can do on their shift. They've only got 3 attackers out there. This is going to get real interesting. So, excluding the goalies, we're right now sitting on a 5-on-3. And Gloucester Catholic themselves has 1 man in the penalty box, and it's Godzinski. So right now, these guys are having a day, let's just say. Again, more discussions with the scorers tables. This broadcast is brought to you by Harper Driving School. Over 90% of students who take their New Jersey State driving test with Harper pass on the first attempt. If you like those odds, you can book an appointment today at Suite E of the Total Turf Complex in Pittman at 614 Lambs Road. So 5-3 Gloucester Catholic. Like we said, there is no room at the inn. There is 4 players in the box, some of them for misconduct. We saw a 10-minute misconduct, I think it was on Kolesnik back in the second period. And we will have a little bit of an unusual setup for the high school ice hockey scene. 5-on-3, Gloucester Catholic going right away. Let's see how long they can make this one last. Looks like they'll have this extra strength for 2 minutes. Blocked. Good save by Geyser at the chest. Got 3-on-3 now on this side of the ice. Got a chance to overpower Levy as the other defenders move back to the attacking side. Going on one knee is Ward. Whiffing on it a couple of times. Marauders rebound. And now this one will kick right back to Geyser. Marauders immediately take that one in. As here comes a shot, almost got a shorthanded goal. As St. Peter's drops the residency in the penalty box. They now have 4 men on the ice. We have a equal strength. No, it's not equal strength right now. It's still 5-on-4 power play for the Rams for another 45 seconds. With 4 minutes 10 to play in the third period. Rams up by 2 goals. It'll be just the second time out of their 3 wins this year that they will have won by multiple goals. Their first win over St. Peter's was just a 3-2 nail-biter victory, and then they beat Hun by 3, 6-3 on December 16th. That was their last win before dropping 4 straight. Whacked off the boards, another ricochet right to Geyser, and it's Picarelli who takes it in. Brings it behind his home net as the student section attendance, as you can see, has dropped off significantly now that the Rams have taken a 2-goal lead. The students of GCHS taking a little bit more confidence in their guys, as now St. Peter's will regain to full strength, and immediately a whistle is called. Maybe a second after the Marauders get back to full strength. .322. All but 2 players are out of the penalty box, as St. Peter's had as many as 4. Almost subletting in the penalty box earlier in the period. Here comes a shot at full strength. Can't get it there. Another one tried to swipe it in. Another chance. Couldn't get it there. Ricochets the ball behind him on a no-look pass. Now the Marauders get it back. Chasing after it. On his heels is Jackson Grimes. He moves it behind the net. Passes it to Niederman, and whistle flies. And some more swiping going on. We've got a showdown at center ice. 2-on-1. Everybody's going after it. Hard into the net. It's Grenier. Everybody's running after it. Refs are trying to intervene. There are sticks flying, and they finally separate as Niederman was in the middle of it. The whistle flew, and then immediately after, all goodness broke loose. And that is a culmination of what has basically been 40 minutes of a back and forth. We saw hints of it in what was a feisty first period, in which there were shoves going to the locker rooms at the end. And let's see where this all stands, because, I mean, Hayden Grenier basically fended off, whether successfully or not, 2 Gloucester Catholic defenders, and some crazy scenes going down. I mean, this is normal at the NHL level, but things are getting to a boiling point here on the ice. So who gets put in the box here? Because with 2:52, if major penalties are applied and if game misconducts are applied, then that is going to run throughout the end of the game and could put Gloucester Catholic at an advantage that would, barring some shorthanded goals, seal them the win, which would be a big win for them, the Gaudreau brothers, who they are honoring tonight. And probably, I actually texted Ryan Murphy about interviewing a player of the game, which would be Mike Joyce for scoring 2, but I'm going to go against that just because of how fired up this game is. We might pack up our equipment and get out of here once the buzzer sounds. Some players hanging around the penalty box. GC is putting 1 in there. Is that DeTurk? Yes, it is. I think that's DeTurk that's in the box. Or is that Niederman? No, that's number 88. That's Goins. I thought that was DeTurk, number 8. So in a 5-3 game, you also have to decide when is St. Peter's going to pull that goalie. They got to see if they're going to try to go for that attack after the melee. Maybe not a melee. That would be a little bit. That would be a little bit overkill. 2 players are going to get ejected. As they're hyping up the crowd, it's going to be Niederman and Goins that are out. They leave the arena. Much to the dismay of the Gloucester Catholic faithful, they're asking for Grenier to be ejected. So things getting a little bit, what's the word? Crazy? Because even at the high school level, this is pretty extreme. A lot of media in the house. 6 ABC, NBC 10 was setting up next to us for the Gaudreau ceremony. They left after the puck drop. Jersey Sports Zone is here in front of us. They will certainly have a big story to tell after this game. Going to have a lot to document, I'll tell you that. So 2 ejections. Niederman is out. Goins is out. And you can see over at center ice, Brandon Lariga and Mike Joyce, who is our presumptive player of the game with 2 goals to his name. So a long delay. We will stay on the air because I don't want to miss a second of this. I'll tell you that much. Things are getting wild here at the Hollydale Ice Arena. But like I said, that was a culmination of like 40 minutes of just back and forth jawing. You know what? I'm sure there's some stuff that was said on the ice that we can't hear up here. And not only that, Gloucester Catholic has a chip on their shoulder tonight with Johnny Gaudreau and Matthew Gaudreau, honoring both brothers. A beautiful ceremony at the beginning of the game. Then they drop the puck, a fiery first period. You know, after the first, I thought it was going to simmer down, especially because of, St. Peter's and GC going at it in the tunnel, because that was the only door, I guess, that they could leave to go to the respective locker rooms. And then, I mean, I'm not saying this came out of nowhere, but I think you remember me saying in the second period, I said, oh, it's settled down now. That's a big mistake. I think our mics picked that up. I apologize for the language. I couldn't help but laugh. I couldn't help but laugh at that. Oh, my goodness. Somebody holding the camera down there. Oh, my goodness. That was funny. I don't think I've laughed that hard at something a fan has said in a long time. So 2:52. Zach Goins will have 2 minutes on the board. That will run us until the final 52 seconds of play. And after a delay that feels like it's taken eons, Gloucester Catholic will be shorthanded up by 2. And this is a perfect chance for St. Peter's to get back in the game. Some fans are standing. Oh, look at this. Niederman's back out on the ice. Chad Niederman is back out on the ice. He's going to the bench, but the 2 players that they ejected, one of them is back. So if you believe in miracles, we've seen some tonight. 2:45 to play, and that one goes into the Rams bench, and it goes right to Chad Niederman. Don't forget our next broadcast will be tomorrow night in a matchup between the Camden Eastside Tigers and the Kingsway Dragons. 6 p.m. tip-off from Kingsway Regional High School in Woolwich Township, as we'll have a face-off on the far side. Again, this time Rams win it. Deflects all the way out. No icing. They have replaced their goalie. It is now sophomore Dustin Wolkenhauer replacing A.J. Levy after surrendering 5 goals. So kind of a footnote in all the chaos is a goalie change for the Marauders. This one now goes back the other way. I mean, for GC right now, before St. Peter's may or may not pull their goalie, this is a situation where you think about clock management. Yes, it would be nice to extend the lead, but you want to stall. You want to make sure that these guys don't have an opportunity to bring the puck back up the ice. Again, some more battles behind the net. And Neil Ward, who has taken a little bit of the limelight for the Marauders here this afternoon. Oh, this one is taken away. We've got a breakaway. Mike Joyce has a chance at a hat trick, and he's got it. Toss your beanies. Toss your caps. Mike Joyce has struck thrice at Hollydale, 6-3. Matching the score. Oh, how about this? One fan threw their beanie on the ice, and it was enough to get it over. How about that from Declan? This game has been wild, man. Mike Joyce strikes for 3. With 1:36 to play, it's 6-3 Gloucester Catholic. St. Peter's has played good tonight. They've certainly, I think what they've gotten in trouble with is just the personal side of things. They've let this game, they've let the emotions of a typical hockey match get to their head a little bit. And I think, you know, they've had some power plays where, I should mention, that's a shorthanded goal for Mike Joyce, his third. First shorthanded goal of the day. Slap shot from beyond the blue line, goes way above everybody, almost sniped somebody in the second deck. If the net wasn't there, I think somebody would have had a bone bruise, but wild scenes we're seeing tonight. We'll have another face-off here with 1:24. Again on Friday. Tomorrow night we'll be back on the air for Camden Eastside and Kingsway. Gloucester Catholic with a win would improve to 3-7 as they visit Riverdale on the 14th on Valentine's Day. Who says hockey isn't a romantic sport? And then St. Peter's would fall to 7-9-1. No icing. We're in the final minute of play. Marauders trail the Rams by 3. Feeds it back, gets tipped. 40 seconds. The only thing I'm worried about, I wonder if these two teams are going to shake hands. No whistles there. St. Peter's taking their time. Back at full strength. Power play over. 20 seconds. This one goes back very slowly. Rips around the boards for Geyser. Sticks are clanging, and Gloucester Catholic, for the first time since December 16th, are going to be in the win column. And they do it at home. They do it in a chippy style. They do it in a game that culminated in one of the funkiest moments we've seen in a long time. Rams win. Rams win. Mike Joyce with a hat trick, accounting for half of the Rams' scoring apparatus. And they put up a half dozen in a 6-3 win over the Marauders for their first win since December 16th, when they beat the Hun School of Princeton, the Hun Pirates, 6-3. How about that? These guys will shake hands at center ice after what was a chippy match indeed. I think they're waiting for some coaches to talk it over. And they will shake hands at center ice. I'll tell you, I mean, this was something that, obviously, my first game as an ice hockey commentator, I'm not perfect. I obviously messed up some stuff. Big thanks to Ryan Murphy for sending me their internal roster so that we could get proper numbers. But man, what a wild night. Some fights, some pushes, some shoves, some punches, and a heck of a lot of goals. Player of the game presented by Harper Driving School. Mike Joyce puts up a hat trick as he gets, as the senior forward gets 3 of them home in what could be his second to last game here on his home ice, the Hollydale Ice Arena. St. Peter's Prep falls to 7-9-1. Gloucester Catholic improves to 3-7 near the end of their campaign. From our entire crew, again, we'll be on the air tomorrow night for Camden Eastside at Kingsway, not in ice hockey, but in boys basketball. Gloucester Catholic cheers on their home crew as they go to the locker room, and that'll be all. From our entire crew, our social media coordinator, Haley Mejia, our graphics crew, Gavin Van Roe, Caleb Lane, and Liam Nolan, my producer, David Cohen. I'm Dan Wilkins. We will see you tomorrow night. And once again, even though Gloucester Catholic won, what is more important, the Johnny Gaudreau and Matthew Gaudreau duo honored tonight on their home ice, and Gloucester Catholic got a win to match. 6-3 the final. Have a good one, folks, and we'll see you tomorrow.